Where am I? This is weird. Hi, I'm Nick Shell, and I talk about hair loss, and hopefully I can get back to wherever I usually am, wherever that is. So I get comments on my videos talking about how to know if you are, have a receding hairline or losing your hair, and it'll be from these 15, 16-year-old boys. It's teenage boys. And apparently, they might be the ones who are experiencing the signs of hair loss before everyone else. Like for me, I was good until I was 18. And then after that is when my hairline began receding quite slowly. But it began, ultimately, I should say at age 18, because by 19 I already showed the signs of it. So that means, really it started at 18. Just can't prove it until 19. But we've got some that are saying, I'm only 17 and my hairline looks like yours. Well, I'm not going to sugarcoat anything and say that, that you're not losing your hair. It sounds like you're on the journey further along quicker than I was. I'm not going to deny that. But something I will often see in those comments, and I've seen it many times, is I'm going to be ugly. That's what these teenage boys say. I'm going to be ugly. So I wanted to talk about that, and from a realistic perspective, point of view here. Are you going to be ugly? Here's the way I really want to translate this for you. What's happening to you sooner than most men is you are going to look like a man sooner than the people next to you. They're probably going to look more like me at age 35 as far as the hair goes. They're going to experience some hair loss, but as for you, you're going to be ahead of them on that. So it's a matter of understanding what it means to be good looking. And really, I think the better word here is, instead of saying I'm going to be ugly, I think what we need to understand is I'm going to be handsome. We're going to have to figure out a new definition of good looking, or a new definition of handsome is really what we've got to do here. Otherwise, if you're comparing yourself to other guys your age, you're going to be disappointed because they're going to have more hair. They're going to look younger than you. So what we have to do is have a new definition of what it means to be a masculine, attractive, handsome man is what that means is. And your definition, like for example, Rob Lowe. I don't know how old he is. Let's assume he's in his 50s, right, I guess. I mean, he's one of those guys that just doesn't seem to age, right? Full head of hair. He just looks so young and good all the time, right? Rob Lowe, right? And he won the lottery when it came to jeans, to still look the way he does at his age. So if we look at people like that, sure, we're going to be disappointed. But when we consider what society actually deems as an attractive man, please know that most people, not all, or it's not like the majority of people think, well, the only definition of an attractive man is somebody like Rob Lowe, who just has perfectly symmetrical white teeth, the perfect hairline, the perfect hair, good physique. Of course, you can control that part. But if that's our standard of what looks good and what's the opposite of ugly, then yeah, you'll be disappointed. But as we know, the definition of what makes a man handsome has conveniently changed over the last couple of decades in particular, I would say, as we now know that you can be a man with a shaved head and be sexy, be attractive. You can be cool. You can be all those things with a shaved head. Of course, you don't have to resort to a shaved head like I eventually will. You could look into procedures, talk to your parents about, getting a hair transplant or getting some kind of thing done if that's the way you want to go too. There's options you can consider. But I think the main thing is you're going to have to change your definition of what it means to be an attractive man. And that's not coming from a vain point of view. I'm not here to say, well, man, all you care about is your looks. That's so vain. No. That's not how I feel about you. I totally understand. I mean, it's a matter of giving the best presentation based on what you've got to work with. And some guys have less hair to work with, some a lot sooner than others. So how do we translate that into you still be good looking? Well, obviously one thing is owning it and not being in denial about it. Like I said, having a plan about it. Also, another thing, as I've already mentioned, your physique has a lot to do with it. You can work out. You can eat right. You've got control over those things. right? So working out and being active, as I am obviously, is very important. Dressing as nice as you can, being kind to others, all those things, those are going to make you more attractive to people and masculine, right? But I'm going to close the video with this. This sums it up. If you're losing your hair young, yeah, you've got a challenge that most of us didn't have at your age. You've got to proactively figure out what you're going to do about it, and you can embrace it by shaving it, get a hair transplant, do other stuff, whatever you feel you need to do about that. And no, you're not going to look the same handsome degree as other men if you're being judged on that same scale as men like Rob Lowe, which I just keep using him as an example, or Brad Pitt. How about that? Right? Those type of good looks. But you know what? There's Jason Statham kind of good looks. There's even Vin Diesel good looks. You know, it's funny because as a man, I don't think, oh, yeah, Vin Diesel, that's an attractive guy. But I'm telling you, a lot of women think he's quite attractive. And he's not the same kind of attractive as Brad Pitt is, obviously. But that's the thing. The people's perception of what makes a man handsome, it changes on the person. And people have different perceptions of that. So it's a matter of, hey, if you're going to be going bald sooner than the rest of us, then how can I embrace that? How can I use what I've got to work with and still make myself handsome with that? Obviously, another popular thing that guys are doing is if they're losing their... Max De Silva, does he pop up in the suggestions for my videos? So I think some of you probably know about me just because of him. I don't know him, but I'm familiar with him. I mean, he's younger than I am, and I guess he's lost more hair than I am at a younger age. So he shaves his head and he grows the beard. That's a really cool, masculine, attractive look. Again, not the same kind of attractiveness as certain movie stars we know about. It's not the Tom Cruise look, right? And he's like, what, 60 years old by now? And but it's a matter of redefining what it means to be attractive. And that is going to help you with this concept of, oh no, I'm going to be ugly because I'm losing my hair at a young age. This is how you combat it. You embrace it by thinking this through. My name's Nick Shell, and I welcome your comments. I'm here to help you. What I'm good at is psychologically helping you unpack these thoughts as you begin recognizing, all right, I'm not one of those lucky guys that doesn't lose their hair. It's going to be me. I'm like most people. I'm like most Caucasian men of European descent. I can grow a beard, but I'm going to be losing my hair. I'm one of those. Let's embrace it. Let's figure out what it means to be attractive to in your own. It's a matter of redefining that. What's going to be your definition of being handsome? Otherwise, you're going to think that you're ugly, and that's not fair to yourself, right? If you're comparing yourself to Rob Lowe, Brad Pitt types, and that's who's attractive. So we don't have room for Jason Statham in here? Yeah, we do. There's lots of definitions of that. So let's redefine it. Let's embrace that, and let's go with that. And then you will feel handsome. You will feel attractive. You won't feel ugly. But let's redefine it. That's your homework assignment. That's what you've got to be working on. Leave me comments. I'll either I'm going to respond to you or make a video in response. I'm here to help you. I'm your friend. I care about you, and that's why I do this. I make money too on the side, but mainly what makes me excited about this is that I know that I truly do help people. So hopefully you find this to help you, especially you younger guys who are watching this video, beginning to grasp that you may really be losing your hair at a young age. Sorry you're having to go through it, but I'm here to help out. Nick Shell, thanks for watching.